Hi everyone, it's Alice. So today I'm back for a new video. I haven't got a lot to tell you about today because I've only read 3 books during my holiday. I thought I was going to read much more, but in the end, well, it was just too short and I didn't have enough time to read as much as I wanted to, and we did just so many different things. So that's right. I'm still quite excited to tell you about what I've been reading. So the first book, I haven't got a copy with me because I've already given it back to the library. It was a library book, so I haven't got it with me, but I'll try and insert a little picture here just so you can see what it looks like. And that's the What a Cure by Sophie Mackintosh. So this one, we've heard a lot about it lately on BookTube, I think. A lot of people have read it. I would say maybe the majority have enjoyed it, and some people really didn't like it, or from what I've seen at least. And in the majority, I really enjoyed the book. I had some little issues with it, but it was overall a very good read, I'd say. So it's kind of a hard book to sum up because it's very vague, and yeah, I don't really know how well I can sum it up, but I'll try. I'll give it a go. So basically we follow these 3 daughters living on a remote island, far from everything, with their parents, and they live in a world where men hurt women in a way. The men interaction with women hurt women's bodies in a way, and their soul as well, and so men have to be protected and cured from all of that, and so that is why these daughters and this family are living far from everybody else on an island. So it's kind of a dystopian novel, but not really. So anyway, we never really know if this is true or if it's just what the family believe. So that is also what makes it quite interesting in my opinion. And basically these 3 daughters are living with their parents, as I said, and the story begins when their father dies, so it's all, the entire dynamic is going to change, and so it's how it's going to shift with the mother only trying to educate the daughters about what is right and how you must be protected from men and all this kind of things. And at the same time we have 3 men arriving on the island, so that's the story line basically. And what I really enjoyed in the book was that the relationship between the 3 daughters. So you have Sky, Grace and Leah, I think. And also what is very interesting is the way the chapters are cut, I think. So in some chapters you have the 3 voices of the 3 daughters together, which I thought was great. And then you will have just one daughter speaking and telling things about the past. So we start more in the past and then it goes back to the present and to what is happening at the moment in the story. So I really enjoyed the way it was cut. I really enjoyed the writing. I thought the writing was brilliant, very, very nice. So I'll definitely be reading the next novel Sophie Mackintosh writes, if she does write another novel. And yeah, the only issues I had was a little bit later on in the book. I thought maybe something could have happened differently, or it just went into something that I thought was probably a little bit easy. And but I still enjoyed the book, so I can't, I've not been too bothered about it. So it's, like, it's a shame it did happen in a different way, but that's right at the same time. And it's not a book that's packed with action, but as you may know now, I'm not a person who really enjoy books with, I mean I can enjoy books when it's packed with action, but it's just I don't really mind if it's done well. So yeah, that's it. So I would be very, very interested to hear what you've thought about this book if you have read it, because I know a lot of people were considering reading it, or a lot of people were interested in reading it, and I thought it was a very nice read, very different, kind of eerie and heavy at the same time, and you've got all this vibe from like the sea, and I don't know, it was kind of a very grey book. I don't know if you see what I mean, like colour, like very light blue, grey. That's the world I have in mind, so I don't know why, but anyway. And I think, yeah, it's definitely worth yeah, reading it even just for the writing, which was very nice, and also the story, and I keep thinking about it now, so it means it was kind of a good book. So that's it. The second book I want to tell you about is a book that a lot of people have talked about in the last few months on BookTube. So I finally got it, and that is A Place for Us by Fatima, Farheen, Mirza. And so this one I think is the UK edition, but yeah, very nice I think. So you've probably heard a little bit about it. I know basically a lot of people I've watched on BookTube have really enjoyed it, and some of them have enjoyed it and thought, you know, maybe could have been a bit shorter, and I agree with them. So that's a book, I really liked it. That's basically the only book I read while I was on holiday, because it doesn't look like it's, you know, like a very big book, but it's quite dense, it's quite heavy. There is a lot, sorry, just going to sneeze, but I didn't. Maybe? No. And so it's quite a dense book, so you have, I don't know, it took me a while to read, even though I was reading it every day, and like, you know, not for a big period of time, but still I was reading it a lot, and it felt like, you know, it took me a while to go through. So this is a family story, so basically we follow a family. So it starts with the wedding of one of the daughter, Hadia, and it goes back into the past and look at what went wrong at some point in their lives, because you have the parents, and you have 2 daughters and 1 son, and so the son has kind of fallen out of the family, so we don't know why, and that's what we are going to discover. But mainly this is the story of the family and all their relationship together, and how they interact with each other, and what led to that moment where something happened and then things were different. So I thought it was very well written. I really enjoyed the writing, but as I said, I thought it was too long. It could have been so much better with maybe like 100 pages less, I think, because it goes quite into detail into their lives, and it's very important for the story. Sometimes you have some scenes and you don't really understand what they're doing there, but then, you know, like, it all goes well with the story. But I still think maybe the author took a little bit too much time on some details. It was not completely necessary. I still read it and I still enjoyed it, but at some point I was like, oh, like, it feels like we need to go somewhere now, like, you know, like, this is nice, but... And also the other little issue I had with it was that I enjoy when things are explained to you, but I think this was maybe explained a little bit too much. What I really enjoy in books, and I think I understand now, is that basically when you have conversations or action that show what you want to do, and that you don't have to explain everything that is going on. And in this book it's really explained, like, this person is like that because this and because that, and look at, you know, like, it's showing you, it's leading you really all the way. And I think it's great, but at some point I just felt like, oh my god, just, like, you know, like, just don't tell me that, just give me a conversation, I'll figure out what it means, you know, like, you don't need to say this person, you know, really love this person in that way, because, you know, like, you just have to. So that's, I don't really know if I'm making sense or not, but hopefully I am. And yeah, if you have read it, just let me know what you have thought about it, and what your opinion on it, and also if you understand what I'm trying to say, because I haven't seen people commenting on that, so maybe it's just me. But anyway, so that is the only little thing I wanted to say. But otherwise I think it's a great book about a family story. I think it's very well written, and it's also like, it's like you can smell love. So I don't know how to say that, but it's a good book. It's not, you know, like, it will make you feel maybe a little bit sad at some points, but most of it is just, you know, it's a very generous book. It's very lovable. It's a loving book. I don't know, caring. It's very sunny in a way, and nostalgic too. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend it, and yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed it. I'm just being a bit picky, but anyway, that's my opinion about this one. And then we've got the third book I wanted to tell you about, and this one is The Winter Ghosts by Kate Mosse. So I really wanted to read one of Kate Mosse's books because I have heard about her in the past, and I know a lot of people really like what she's doing, and I had not read any books of her, and so I was just a bit curious, and this one I bought at the second-hand bookshop, so that's why I have a little price right there. And this one I'm not supposed to have it because this is an uncorrected manuscript proof, so it's not been, this is not the final copy, so you've got, you know, like the occasional mistake here and there, or a word that's missing, or, you know, like it has not been corrected. So I'm not supposed to have it, but anyway, I've got it and now I have read it. So this is the story of Freddie, who has lost his brother in the war, so Second World War, and basically he was quite close to his brother, and he cannot get over his death. He's just grieving and grieving and grieving in a way, and he's not enjoying life at all, and he can only think about his brother and how unfair it is. And so it looks into the war a lot and what it does to people, and at some point Freddie goes in the south of France and goes traveling a little bit, and then he's going to meet this girl in this village, and I'm not going to say more about it. I did not enjoy that book at all. at all. So I don't know if it's because it's not been corrected, and maybe the final copy looks very much different, but I don't think so. You know, they're not going to change the entire story, and it's the story I have a problem with. And so for me, it didn't work at all. So now I'm not sure I'll try another book by Kate Mosse, because or I don't know how you pronounce it. Because yeah, it just didn't work at all for me. So I thought first the writing was not that good. I don't know, it was very simple in a way, and I don't know, it didn't flow very well for me. Second, the characters, oh my god, they were just so not working at all either for me. It's just, it was like this cliche character, you take it and then you don't change it, and then you put this other cliche character, and then you've got this story which is cliche too, and it's just, it doesn't stop. So I know it's quite a short story, it's under 200 pages, so it's not, you know, it's not very long. It's not supposed to be a very long novel, so you can't develop your characters as much, but I mean, you can do it very well in short stories as well. You can have like a short story that's 20 pages long and have great characters in it, so I don't think this is what's happening. I think it's just basically this is supposed to be a, how do you call it, a teaching book, so that teaches you a lesson about something, about war. War is bad, and how it affects people, and how you can help people through their pain in a way, and I think that's good. But when it's too much, as I said in the previous book, taking you by the hand and showing you things here and there, it's just, I don't know, it annoys me. So I still finished it. To be honest, I probably read the last 15 pages quickly, because I just wanted to finish it. I couldn't be bothered like spending another half hour reading this story when I could have read something else, which is a bit of a shame really. I don't really like, you know, I don't really like not liking books. It annoys me a little bit, so I would be quite interested to know what your opinion about this one, if you have read it, if it's just me that's, yeah, it didn't work for me at all, or if it's something that's a bit more, I don't know, spread, or if it's because I've really heard good thing about this author, so I was a bit disappointed really to not like this one. But anyway, that's what happened. So I don't know if I'll pick up another book by her. I'm kind of tempted just to confirm that I don't like this style, or tempted to see if this one is just like the bad apple for me in the batch. So anyway, that's it. That is it for me today. I've just been to the library, so I've got many more books, so I might do another video today or in the next few days if I've got time, because I'm quite excited about what I've got at the libraries. I would be very interested to hear what you have to say about these books if you've read them as usual, and also what you've been reading in the end of September, and also what you have picked up, what I can't speak, and also what you're reading at the moment, let's put it that way. And also, I hadn't said that in the beginning of my video, but I would like to say thank you to you all, because I have now reached 100 subscribers, so I'm very, very happy about that. Yeah, I'm very pleased that so many people are following me in my videos, and to have such a nice time on BookTube with lovely bookish people. It's been very, very nice. So thank you all for that, and yeah, well, I hope you enjoy that video too. Let me know, as I said, what you've read, what you're reading at the moment, and I'll find you very, very soon for another video. Bye!